actually happening.
I don't understand what you're talking about this in reference to. Are you saying that like the sensible people who disagree with all of this are the ones who aren't talking about it and they're just going with the flow, even though they don't really agree with it?
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much that.
Okay. I don't know. I disagree. I think that the main reason why people, you know, eventually just go with the flow is because the more you're exposed to people who have like different kinds of whatever, like if you're in a very diverse group, it's more likely than not that they're going to be, like SJW fucking types. Like that just happens for some fucking reason in America. And that's just kind of how it is. Like you see that these people are living the way that they are like advocating for, and you're just like, oh, that's not so bad. Like the moment when I finally fucking understood what people meant by like trans men are men, and trans women are women, I was just like, oh, okay. Now that I understand your definition, I really don't fucking have a problem with it.
That's always been that was my attitude when I first learned that people like gave a shit about people being trans. My response to that was great, wonderful. I really don't fucking care,
Oh
but
no, I was
not like
actually like vehemently disgusted the first fucking like I thought it was the most gross, foul fucking abomination I had ever seen. And like yeah, there are really ugly trans people, like men who identify as or what dudes with dicks who say they're chicks. All right, fuck it. 18's not here. Suck my dick. Um, just like yeah, there's really ugly one of those, and that gets a really like a guttural disgust response from me still, because like that's gross in my opinion. Like I'm sure someday I'll be desensitized and I'll be like whatever, but today is not that day. It's
the,
fucking gross.
right now Rios only has enough RAM to be desensitized to like only a couple of things.
Oh no, I got like fucking 80 more RAM slots. I'm good to go. I'll just have to keep buying. But I don't know, like I don't know. All that shit's really not that bad. Like when you look at like the whole fucking race thing, right? Like if a black guy comes into your work, like he's gonna have to work just as hard. The system doesn't fucking care. The only thing with like acknowledge the fact that like you have white privilege is kind of fucking stupid. Like the wording on that's really stupid, but basically what it means is by having white privilege, you don't have minority disadvantage. And that's not really anything that like you do or anyone you know does. It's just sort of like the systems that are in place and sort of accidentally make life worse. And I say accidentally make life worse for like people of certain groups.
Oops.
Yeah, like all the historical shit like redlining. Like it really doesn't just go away without actually.
That's why the inherited wealth is such an issue in non-white communities. Well,
yeah,
Asians,
exactly.
I guess, but
people like to say the harder you work, like you'll raise in class, but it actually turns out that the ends are sticky. Is a phrase I like to hear a lot. If you're really rich, it's really hard to stop being rich because then you get too big to fail and the government gives you money. But if you're too poor to stop being poor, like you have to get payday loans or something like that to make your fucking ends meet, or like you can't get a car so you can't get that good job that's like 15 minutes down, that would be no problem if only you had the down payment on the car, but you don't have it. So
And then there's us.
it charges an interest.
And then there's
Yeah.
us in the middle class who sort of have the capacity to get to fuck up and also the capacity to get better.
Yeah, but the middle class, when people say the middle class is shrinking, that is because the ends are fucking sticky. Like people will just get poor and
Once
then
you're
stay
in, you're
poor.
fucked.
Yeah, there are success stories. My mom's a success story. She was like a 16-year-old single mom with a kid, me, and she joined the military, and now she makes like $100,000 a year.
Doing what?
But I guess getting back to the original point of the rant was that that whole fucking like white privilege thing is just a really shitty fucking marketing part. Like it's a legitimate statement. It's just they're calling it the wrong thing.
How did we get
You
here
probably
from the
have
shootings?
what?
I'm
It's all interconnected.
All right,
Anyway,
sure.
the cheatings are a CIA op.
Oh, don't give me that shit.
Wait, Panzer, what were you saying?
I'm telling Phylum not to give me that shit because that
No,
stuff
prior.
genuinely upsets me.
No, prior to that.
Just wondering how the fuck we got here.
Oh, I don't know. I just go on tangents.
Ah, yes, our combined ADHD.
Actually-
yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking finishing my statement. Eat my cock.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gamma probably has some disadvantages that he would like. I don't know. Say Gamma's fucking. Gamma, you have ADHD now. All right, cool. Gamma
I
now
actually
has.
do.
Yeah. See, boom. That is. There are
Rios is
people
just that
who
powerful.
shut the fuck up. There are people who don't have ADHD, and they benefit from neurotypical privilege. Again, it's kind of a fucking stupid way to phrase it, but you have a disadvantage because you are working in a system that inherently was not made for you. Yes, you can still benefit, like you can still thrive in it if you like get the right kind of combination, but not everyone can. Like if your ADHD was just a little bit worse and your executive function was a little bit worse, like you could just be fucking, I don't know, like you couldn't afford internet or some shit. That's basically what white privilege is all about. It's just a really shitty way of naming it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I have sheer force of willed my way through bipolar disorder so far.
Well, that's one way to do it.
I think that's something that somebody who suffers from bipolar disorder says.
Yeah, it is. But no, actually, Panzer, to be completely sincere about the gun thing, I don't think that it's the CIA doing it. I think it's the FBI doing it
I'm going
because
to
in a lot of
come
these
to your
mass
houses,
shootings.
and I'm going to strangle you.
I'm not done. Because in a lot of these mass shootings, we do actually find out that the FBI knew these guys and were egging them on or in other ways aware of them. Like a couple months ago, there was a guy who they were trying to egg on in Detroit. He was a Somali immigrant, or the son of a Somali immigrant. He'd gotten arrested previously for illegal possession of a handgun, turned it in, was just delivering pizza trying to make ends meet. And he was on a dating website. You know, he's lonely. He lives a shit life, wants to meet somebody. No harm, no foul. And he meets a woman online, another Somali woman, and she never wants to speak face to face. She never wants to, meet up, but she, tells him how much she loves him and she wants him to die in jihad with her. And he's like, no, I don't want to hurt anybody. Like, I just want to kill myself sometimes. But she's really insistent on trying to get him to commit an act of terror, providing him with a gun, and so he can start shooting people. And when you know it, guess who was behind the other side of that screen?
It's our good old
It wasn't a
boys.
fucking Somali woman. It was an FBI agent.
That's all I can think of is like one of you chuck fucks or someone in this unit posted the shit post like a few months ago. That was
Oh, you mean
fucking-
like crisis
no,
actors
no,
and shit?
no. It was that's real poggers and on. But if you loved me, you'd blow up a crypto farm.
Yeah, that's actually what the FBI was. The FBI, and then they arrested him for being part of this unwillingly because he kept telling her, "No, I don't want to hurt anybody. I only
Which
want
is
to
the
hurt
right
myself."
thing to do.
What was that? Who is that? Fuck, Nick Cruz, Nicholas Cruz, or some
Yeah.
shit like
Which
that.
one's Nick
Yeah.
Cruz?
The
He's the one
Parkland
that looks
shooter.
really weird.
Oh, that one. Okay.
But,
Yeah, the fucking FBI or somebody like knew about him. Like he was on
Yeah.
their list, and multiple fucking like calls had came in very recently that would have alerted them.
What the
The
fuck are they
defense,
hoping
like-
for? More funding?
yeah,
Yeah,
How does
them
this
look
get them
bad.
more funding?
That's what they fucking want.
This just makes them look
also, like,
incompetent.
do you remember the Draw Muhammad contest in Texas that got shut up?
The what?
The FBI agent who was talking to the guy who did it was sitting in the fucking parking lot.
He's just sitting there with his fucking watch on, like, I just gotta wait. You're
Yeah,
supposed
it
to
gets
start
them
by-"
more
Oh, fuck,
funding,
there we
it
go.
gets them prestige, and it justifies the continued existence of the department.
Yeah,
Well,
so
the
we're not
department
saying
is-
the tragedies aren't real. We're saying that they're. Well, I'm not saying shit. I'm saying it's like if they couldn't be convinced into this situation, then they wouldn't have been in the first place. They
Don't
were
squint
already
too hard.
susceptible, and that's the problem.
Don't squint too hard. Like, definitely don't squint too hard at Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, definitely don't.
Don't squint too hard at that,
That
one.
one I 100% believe in.
That one was a fucking op.
Oh yeah. So
If
that
I-
just
if
magically
someone-
has a shit ton of guns in the fucking hotel building, and no
And they
one
just
fucking
all
saw it.
conveniently happen to have bump stocks, even though the rate of fire didn't add up for that, and none of them were loaded properly or something. Yeah.
If my school becomes the site of a fucking FBI op, or either through a lack of competence by the FBI or an act of fucking malice by the FBI, I'm going to attempt to pull like a fucking Neo at the FBI headquarters.
You won't even know it's happening.
If I find out, I'm going to commit a
You
terrorist attack.
You won't find out.
Hypothetically, I will commit a terrorist
Find
attack.
out when you get grabbed by a G-man.
And I'm not going to be.
R.I.P. Panzer.
Yeah, what the fuck are they gonna tell me? It's like
They're not going to tell you anything. They're going to kill you.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's not a movie. They'll just shoot you.
Yeah, no, I was.
There's no monologue. There's no heroes. You just die.
There's
Yeah,
no
There's a reason
God,
everyone makes fun of Quentin shooting people. and
Mr.
commit suicide.
Anderson. No, they're just gonna pull a fucking the fuck was the city that the FBI or the DOJ locked down like a year ago?
Consider, too, that Waco was a bid by the ATF to continue justifying its existence.
I mean, the ATF does have a reason to exist, but like,
I'm
No,
sorry,
it doesn't.
say that again and
I
explain yourself.
aren't they supposed? Isn't there supposed to be some kind of management of alcohol, drugs, and firearms,
Oh, liquor licenses, I guess.
liquor licenses, and firearm licenses, and that kind of thing?
Well, they
Yeah,
don't
doesn't
issue.
really fall under the FBI.
They're a member of the FBI.
No.
No, that's a separate thing all on its own.
Yeah,
Like,
ATF is its own.
It's not. It's,
Actually, ATF is just absolutely a fucking nightmare. That's why it takes so long to get any kind of NFA paperwork
I know that
processed.
they're like grossly incompetent, but I feel like they do have some justification for existing.
Yeah, and they don't do that job at all.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's a completely different discussion that it's a little too late to get into. But
The ATF originally came about during the fucking 60s and 70s when they had the mafia guys going around running guns and shit, and then it just never died down. They never updated the fucking laws and shit to keep up with the times. It's all. That's why a $200 tax stamp costs as much as it does.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be way more,
Yeah, because it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tax stamp was established in 1934.
and it hasn't changed.
I have actually like been sitting in class or something, and I have just imagined, not fantasized because I've made sure to like get this word correct. Just imagined like the person sitting behind me, and I just like instead of hearing like a gunshot, I just like tinnitus in my right ear. Do you know the thing where you just get ringing randomly?
Yeah,
It's not like deafening
I
or
do.
anything. It's just ringing.
I know.
And I just imagine that, and it's just like either I'm not the target or somehow I don't get hit, but I just like imagine that sometimes. Not like it's PTSD or a fucking like vivid panic attack. Just like this is a thing. This could happen. It could be right about to happen right now, and I can't do anything about that.
It sounds like you have an anxiety disorder.
I don't have anxiety. I just
Because I do that too.
I am actively like just fucking concerned about it, even though I go to a Quaker school.
See, I just have intrusive thoughts
Wait,
constantly.
you're a Quaker?
No. I go
Panzer,
to a
are you
Quaker
a
school.
Quaker?
That's not the same thing.
Not you, my love.
I am not. No.
Baker State by Pennzoil.
I go to a Quaker school, which is very accepting of other religions.
Yeah, the
such as
Quakers are pretty
atheism.
cool. Quakers are pretty chill. They're up there with like the Unitarian Universalists with being chill.
But no, I'm not a Quaker. In case you were confused. I know it doesn't fit my personality at all. Rios has suddenly gone silent.
Oh, I'm just here.
But yeah, I do go to a school that is very accepting of everybody.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. The gunman, obviously Winnipeg.
I like to think that I'm safe at this school because people have the capacity to actually go, talk to counselors that are available, like for real.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think the Sandy Hook shooter went to elementary school.
I don't think same.
Oh, Adam Lanza. I remember when that happened. I was in high school that day.
Also, the majority of the people
Yep.
that go to my school are left leaning, and from what I understand, the majority of them don't have.
Nigga, you
Firearms.
don't understand what an outside threat is.
I don't wait.
Like, it could be somebody's dad who, like, lost a divorce and is just like, fine, I'm gonna kill all these kids or some shit.
Oh,
Lanza very easily could have come to my high school. It's only
Right.
45 minutes away.
Like, outside people can do awful shit to kids. It's almost like it's a big fucking hotspot if you want to be an awful person.
Yeah, because it's the
now
great
you
way to
guys
get
are
some
giv-
kind of societal
okay, now you're
reaction.
giving me anxiety. Now I
The
have to.
world is a scary place, and you're.
Panzer,
and
you want me
you're
to
in
really make
between
you
a
scared?
No.
I'm going to anyway. The
Fuck
state
you.
cannot and will not protect you from stochastic violence. It has no ability to, and any effort to do so is hollow. You're never going to stop random violence.
I don't even own a phone. In the event of an emergency, I do not possess the ability to independently dial 911.
The Emperor won't save you.
No, I don't have a fucking phone. Like
Emperor
this
protects.
is not a meme. Like in the
Oh.
event that something happens, I don't have a phone. I need to find a landline or someone who does have a phone.
Realistically, if something happens, just get the fuck out of there and let
Well,
other people worry about it.
Fuck yeah, that's kind of the
Yeah,
idea.
figure out where the gunshots are coming from and go like at an
The other
angle away
direction.
from them.
I know where like on the bright side, I know where like the nearest semi-populated center is. Like the nearest like shopping area is like a 7-minute sprint, which I'm
Oh yeah,
confident.
they definitely wouldn't go to another populated area.
No, what I'm saying is
yeah,
I
they
can
would
go-
definitely not transfer locations to continue the slaughter.
I'm going somewhere where I can like where I know that there is a phone line,
Why, nigga?
so I
Who
can
you gonna
contact.
call? The police?
I'm gonna actually contact people so that when they don't find my body or I'm not in the fucking like line of people running out the front door with their hands up,
You'll
that
have
people don't
hours.
think I'm dead.
You'll have hours. They won't care. You'll have hours. Like, yeah, make sure you get in touch with your parents. But no one else gives a shit. They're not gonna run back in to try to save you.
No one's
Fuck, dude.
running back in. There's the people that have to run in just on their own. Those are the police.
Shit.
Yeah, fuck them too.
I really do like to have faith in my local police force or the
No.
SWAT team.
You're
No.
young.
As a
They're
white
not
person.
Panzer, did you know that legally they have no obligation whatsoever to protect human life?
The whole protect and serve is just a motto. It's not a promise.
Like in Parkland, for instance, the resource officer who was stationed in that high school when Nicholas Cruz started shooting ran away.
Ah,
I would too, but you know that's a different issue.
Yeah, but see,
I'm not a
if
police
You're not
officer.
being paid to do that.
yeah, you're not supposed to be the one that protects people.
I like to think that this is gonna this fuck man. This has just made it all worse. Great, wonderful.
Yeah, sorry, you're in between a fucking anxiety sandwich here.
I feel like one of these days
bro.
one of the things that I actually imagined earlier today while I was like between classes was like if that happened, I just like either I get out of the hospital, like I wake up in the hospital if something happens, or I just like end up like getting back home safe and sound. And then after I finish getting over the fact that things are going on, there's just I just put an announcement in the fucking like Discord, the CSC Discord that just says, I'm not gonna be able to attend for the next few weeks. You might have heard about it on the news. Don't expect me to show up. Sorry. I'm gonna be honest, probably wouldn't even have crossed my mind to like update Centurion. Actually, probably would have at some point. It's kind of.
I don't know. This is where most of my friends are, or at least the friend adjacent motherfuckers.
Now I get to have even more anxiety when I fucking mind starts to wander about this shit.
Yep. Eventually, you get through the black pill and you come back out on the other side, hopeful again.
And I just start crying now. I mean, I had someone last week like just fucking. There was a kid that brought a switchblade on like the fucking first day of school in 9th grade. Just had it. Just fucking had it. And I was worried.
Wait, what do you mean he just had a switchblade?
I mean, he just like brought it on the little bonding camping trip we had at the start of the year. He just fucking brought it.
Yeah.
A switchblade.
Yeah. So
Which worried me because like no one does that at this school. It's just not a thing.
I mean, yeah, but he probably thought it was cool.
No, he was just more like, hey, I have this, and you know, look at it. But the way he would, I don't know if it was just me being paranoid, but I feel like he was talking very, not emotionlessly, but with an emotion I couldn't quite pin down. It wasn't like excitement. It wasn't like.
He was
fucking-
probably anxious, but was just like, hey, I really want to show these people.
Maybe that's me being paranoid.
Yeah.
It probably is. Worry about these things because I'm in a position where I'm actually in danger of these things.
Like, realistically, it's unlikely.
Unlikely, but you know, fucking Not
Yeah,
impossible.
eventually you stop worrying about all the little things. Because if not, you worry about a fucking was it like a quasar or whatever,
I don't know what that
doing
is.
a little fucking neutrino sweep across the planet.
I mean, at that point, I don't really give a shit.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't understand what just happened because you would be atomic dust.
No, it's sort of it's the whole thing of like it's like you have 30s. It's like you know where a nuke is coming to your city. You have 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes to get to shelter. Where do you go? Right next to the blast site. I'm not sticking around to go play Fallout in real life. No, I'm getting vaporized. Fuck the rest of you.
I don't think that's what you'd really do.
I would probably just sit and cry and be paralyzed and be unsure what to do and walk around like I'm in a sad wander and then get vaporized because I'm not fucking fast enough to think.
Mental break, sad wander.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It might not even be sad wander. It'd be probably just days.
Did I get you, Camo?
You did.
It would just be like fucking mental break days, and I would just wander around, and then I'd get vaporized because I'm not responding to external stimuli.
This is why I intentionally, and this is a product of how I grew up, of not being in huge fucking crowds. It actually makes me physically sick because I try to keep track of every single face.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Oh yeah, and then there's War Dog.
Hi,
Hey, what's up?
I'm just vibing.
I'm your problem
Yeah,
now.
have we put on a good show? We've been talking for like 20 minutes since you've gotten here.
Yeah.
I've seen his like
It was
screen.
interesting.
I've seen his screen like light up green a couple of times, and I'm debating
Yeah, he
whether
would
it's
like cough or something.
War Dog, is your mic
I'm
picked up
just
properly?
playing. I'm just playing King of the Hill on Arma right now. I'm just vibing.
The existential dread playlist goes on in the back.
I
My
should
vibe.
fucking sleep.
Vibe.
This is a really interesting discussion.
What just beds?
I have to get up in 6.5 hours.
Oh, you should go to sleep.
Yeah, I should, but this has been an interesting discussion. Oh, what the fuck? Did you just fucking